So, hello, guys. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing great. Welcome to this live. And today we'll be discussing about Facebook Facebook advertising and why sometimes it doesn't work. For so many businesses, probably doesn't work. So many people are having challenges to driving, the results that they want using Facebook ads, and they give up and they think it doesn't work. And for sure, when you ask the question whether Facebook advertising works, the answer there is it depends. It depends with the business that you're in. It depends with the strategy that you employ and with the metrics that you're looking for when you're going online on Facebook. So that's the thing that we are going to be discussing today. That's what we are going to be looking at. What exactly makes a successful Facebook advertising campaign, and how can you create something that will actually work for your business. So today, that's what we are going to be discussing about. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that I can continue making more videos. Make sure you comment, you share. Let me know the type of content that you may want me to cover, all those areas that you may want to cover in terms of online advertising, online entrepreneurship, freelancing. All those are topics that I can cover. So let me know how you would want, or the topics that you would want me to cover. So the first thing that we are going to look at, if you want your business or your Facebook advertising to actually work, you want to have a good strategy, and you want to have your metrics set up correctly. Understand what metrics actually matter for your business. Understand what metrics you can get from these social media platforms, because at some point you realize that especially businesses such as drop shipping, e-commerce, especially where the profit margins are very narrow, those businesses might not work very well with Facebook advertising, and probably you want to go with organic growth, becoming that huge influencer as the business owner, because even employing influencers to drive your business, or employing, even doing Facebook ads might eat into your profit margin. So make sure that you're looking at your profit margin. How much do you make per product? When you sell a product, how much are you making? The next thing you want to understand, how many products do you need to sell to make a profit or to make business sense? And also how many, like, if you're selling to a customer and a customer only buys once, and after that they take probably years before they need your product again, then you also want to think about it, because it will also eat into your profits. So think about that, and these are the things that you need to think about when you're coming up with a strategy. And it might even lead to you creating different offers for the same customer, because remember, online, you go online to acquire a customer. That's what you want. When you go online, you want to acquire a customer. Once you acquire that customer, you want to sell them multiple products, you want to sell them multiple services, or you want to sell them a service that is actually very profitable to you. If you can do that, the cost of acquiring that customer might be very high. And remember, as I always say, the person who spends the most to acquire a customer wins. But the way you win is by ensuring that you actually have other things that you can sell in the market. Once you acquire that customer, you spend a lot of money to acquire that customer. Then what do you sell? And one of the major benefit of using social media is that you are able to create audiences on these platforms. So once you acquire a customer once, you can sell them multiple products, because now they are part of your audience. So reaching them will be quicker, reaching them will be easier and cheaper. But if your product, like if you sell only once and that's it, and the profit margin is very narrow, you might have it a little bit harder for you to make profits or even to grow your business online. So always think about that. And the way I try to advise people when they have such a product is come up with other products. What are other complementary products that you can sell that will help you increase the average cart value of your customer and also the average lifetime value of your customer. Those are the type of strategies that you want to come up with when you're developing your own advertising strategy. So number one, what you want to look at is to define your goals and your audience. Defining your goals will help you identify the objective that you're going to use on Facebook. Because remember, when you ask Facebook to go for brand awareness, what it's going to do is that it's going to go for people who are more likely to remember your product, to remember your brand. When you choose the objective of, let's say, engagement, Facebook is going to go for people who are more likely to engage with your content. So the comments, the likes, and the shares, When you ask it to go for traffic, it's going to look for people who are more likely to click and move out of the platform itself. And when you ask it for conversions, it's going to go for people who are more likely to convert, add their payment information, and complete that whole purchase process. So it's very important that you understand the goal, the goal that you're going to these platforms for. Understand what you're looking for. Are you looking to build traffic, to send traffic to your website? Are you looking to build an audience? And the best way actually to build an audience, and I usually say this, is if you're a business and you're looking for people who are more likely to purchase, go for the purchase or the sale objective. Go for the sales objective. That one is going to give you people, even if you're building an audience, it's going to build an audience of people who are more likely to purchase. And you're going, after building that audience, you're going to have more success with that audience as opposed to you going for traffic objective and then sending so many people to your website. But those are not exactly people who are more likely to purchase. They are people who are more likely to click and move outside the platform. So understand your goal, define it, have that SMART goal for your own business. Go for the right audience. So understand your customer avatar. Who is it? What are they suffering from? What's the pain and what's the benefit that your product has? Does it relieve those pains, or are they looking for a solution to their pain, or are they looking for to achieve a certain pleasure or a certain goal? It's not a pain as such, but something that they are moving towards instead of moving away from. Once you understand that, it's going to help you understand your customer much better, understand your audience much better. Also understand, probably where they are in life, understand how they engage, the type of communication they love, the type of content they love. Because number two, what you want to be doing is to create compelling content. You want to create content that is speaking to your target audience. So by understanding them, by understanding their pains, by understanding their aspirations, you're going to be able to create content that really speaks to them. Now, it's very important to understand that when you're going for sales or leads, create entertaining and engaging content, but always make sure that your message and market actually match. Because one of the major reasons why most businesses fail is because they have the message and the market, really that message does not match. So there is a market message mismatch, and that leads to people not taking action. Always be very clear on the call to action. What do you want people to do? Make sure that you have a clear call to action. And also, now, once you create that entertaining content, The content that is, of course, gaining traction really quickly is videos. So make sure that you have really good videos that you can push your product out there with, whether it's the product video, whether it's somebody user generated type of content. Always come up with eye-catching creatives that include, videos. And now with Facebook, there are so many. Facebook is making it so easy for you to create ads, especially with the dynamic ad creative, where you can put different images, different videos, and in one ad, and then Facebook will combine. Facebook will look for the best combination of text, the primary text, the headlines, the descriptions, and the creatives that you have, and it will combine and give you the best result. So that one way that people are doing it, using dynamic creative, that's something that we are testing out, and it's giving us really good results there. So the other thing you want to do is to choose the right ad format. So I've seen most people creating, ads in only probably a vertical and real format, and that one will not appear so nicely when it's on a feed. When it's on a content or the Facebook feed placement, and you want to have probably a square content type of video or image. You want to have a vertical one and a horizontal one. Those ones are going to fit really well in the different placements that Facebook has. So make sure that you have the right ad format. That is very important. Also about budget. Most people are scared of spending in online advertising. It's very important that you set aside a certain budget. And I usually say, if you're going, the person who spends the most to acquire a customer, that's the person who will win. And the only way you can spend money to acquire a customer is if you're making money in the back end. So very important for you to look at the offer, what's the offer that you're giving people and what it is that you can sell in the back end, because that's where the money is. But in the upfront, make sure that you have set your ads in such a way that you are able to spend enough to acquire that customer. Once you acquire them, now you can at least sell them easily. You can retarget them. And in retargeting, that's where you make most of your money. You make most of your money from people who have already known you. And you can do that either by using ads, create that audience, be known by creating ads. You can also do that by organic growth, where you are creating content and people now know you. And that way you're going to reduce your cost per acquisition. So always look for ways that you can reduce that cost. Have the budget, either have the budget to create content so that you can distribute it organically, or have the budget to run ads, to acquire that. In most cases, organic growth really gives you the trust that you require. But it's very important that you combine, you combine especially if you're a business, combine your organic growth with your paid advertising. That one is going to work really well for you. So the next thing you want to do there is to utilize audience targeting using Facebook. Facebook, while it's not as sharp or as sharp in targeting as it used to be, now they are looking for broader audiences. But in making it a little bit broader, then it gives you a chance to be clear in your messaging. So it's very important that you become very clear in the messaging, become very clear, in what you do, what your product does, because now the only way you're going to win with Facebook is that going broader. Because remember, Facebook, unlike search, when you're doing Google search ads, is that Facebook is interruption type of marketing. Somebody is busy watching their videos or probably going through their content feed, and then you're there with your advert interrupting their beautiful day. So it's about you to be very creative, be very catchy. Remember, you have 3 seconds to catch their attention. So make sure that you have very entertaining and very eye-catching content. The next thing, make sure that you are targeting the right audience. So the way I like going about it in terms of targeting is that I like going broad. So if it's a specific location, let's say you're in Nairobi and you're targeting Nairobi as a city, so you want to target Nairobi as a city as a whole without any interest, So you leave it as such. You only filter it using the location, the age, and probably gender. If that if that is something that you probably have more women than men taking up your product or service, or probably you have it's more men than women. But if it's anything between 60-40, just pick both. It's always good to go with both because you never know what will happen out there. So go with both genders or all genders. And then, so go with the specific location, go for age, and then go for gender. That will be your broad audience. That is broad cold audience. Then the next one you want to have is a cold interest audience. Those are people who, specific to a certain interest. So if you're looking for small business owners, go for small business owners. Go for people who are interested in a certain product, in a certain topic. Now that's cold interest audience. Go for that. And the third one, now you want to have a warm audience, people who have interacted with you. Probably they have visited your website or done something that is important on your content, and you would want to retarget them. So go for that warm audience. And the fourth one will be a lookalike audience. So for people, probably for people who have already purchased your product, or for people who have probably, they probably have bought either one of your product, they have visited your website, create an audience that is create a lookalike audience of that warm audience, custom audience, and then target them. So that's the fourth one. So those are the 4 audiences that I start with. And depending on the type of budget that you have, you can either choose 2 or 1. Go for 1, target that one audience, see how it performs, then go for the next one. Give yourself time. So it's either you have budget to target all of them simultaneously, or you have time so that you target them consecutively. And that will help you understand data, understand which audience really performs better than the other one, and then you can concentrate on that with the budget that you have. So the next thing, the 6th thing that you want to consider there is optimizing for conversions. And this is very important with Facebook optimization. The optimization event that you choose, when you choose, let's say, leads or conversion, the optimization event you choose, that's what Facebook goes for. So Facebook goes for that optimization event. So if you went for leads, Facebook is going to go for people who are more likely to leave their information with you. So whether you're doing that on Facebook platform itself with Facebook forms, or you want people to leave that information on your website, Facebook is going to go for those people. So make sure that you choose the right conversion to optimize for, and that is going to help you. Now, for you to be able to use your website much more effectively, you want to have Facebook Pixel implemented on your website, and the conversion API also implemented on your server side. That way, you're going to get to train Facebook basically to help you reach the people that you want. So it's going to help you in tracking, it's going to help you in optimization, it's going to help you get out of the learning phase quickly, because Facebook can now track the right metrics for your business. The next thing is testing. I usually say when you're going for Facebook advertising and social online advertising in general, go with the mindset of testing. Like every campaign you launch is a test. Even if you have it performing at its best, always think of it of how can I improve it. So look at the data, see what that data is telling you, and implement some changes. So that cyclic uh, journey has to always be there. You launch, you test, and then you implement the changes that you have realized that need to be made. So always have the mind of testing. Always test different stuff. Could test a call to action. You could test a certain creative, a certain image, a certain color, a certain headline, or even a hook on those images. Always test different stuff, and whichever works, implement that, put money onto that, but continue testing. So always keep testing. The other one, if you have a website, you want to have your landing page optimized for conversion. So make sure that you understand what you're looking for clearly, so that if it's a product, you have a product, that the product people see on your ad should be the product the landing page has. I've seen so many people, having it's an e-commerce site, but with one product, they are catching people's attention with one product, but the link is to the home page. So a person comes to the page and they can't find the product that they were looking for, and they end up leaving. So it's very important for you to have that congruency in terms of what people see and what they find on your landing page. Make sure that it's also optimized, it's loading fast. It's also, optimized in terms of conversion. So it's easy for them to leave their details with you. It's easy for them to convert. But there's also another thing, especially when you're looking for leads. If you're looking for leads and you find that you're getting a lot of not so qualified leads, what you want to do is to add some friction on your website. So probably ask for a little bit more information from your audience. Ask for probably contact details, a phone number, maybe even their title, where they're working, and things like that. That will give them a little bit more friction, so that only the most interested are going to leave their information with you. The other thing is to track and analyze data. Most people fail in analyzing the data that they have. They have spent money, they have gathered a lot of information, but they don't know what that information is saying. So it's very important for you to analyze the data that you're gathering. Always track. So most websites, you find them, they don't have the pixel code implemented. They don't have Google Analytics implemented on their website. Don't have conversion API implemented. So they are basically not tracking. They are spending a lot of money acquiring the audience, because remember, social media, Facebook especially, is very good at helping you build an audience. So, and you can build an audience of people who have visited your website, so that you can retarget to them. So if you're not tracking them, you are unable to retarget them. So every time you are reaching out to the same people with the same amount of money, and that makes your advertising very costly. But if you're able to track, you can segment that audience and then reach out to them a little bit cheaply, and they are going to convert. And the warm audience, that's where the money is. So your work, especially when you're launching, go for conversions, go for leads, and then the aim of that campaign should be to create warm audiences. Once you have created a warm audience of a certain size, then you can concentrate on that warm audience to make sure that you're engaging them and you're keeping, you're keeping your brand top of mind so that they can convert anytime they want. So that is about retargeting. The other one is engage your audience. Make sure that you're engaging your audience in terms of, replies to the comments that they are making, reply to their questions and things like that. The next one is, if you want to be successful in Facebook advertising, you always want to learn. Make sure that you are learning the new features that are coming up. Make sure that you are learning the different things that are happening in those platforms, because right now everything is changing so fast, and the best thing you can do is to keep yourself informed on the changes that are happening so that you don't lose, you don't lose your money running ads without knowing. And the next thing probably you want to do is to engage, is to make sure that you engage a professional when you're doing your Facebook advertising. Make sure you engage a professional. So those are, I think, are the most important things that you want to do when you're running your Facebook ads, for you to make sure that they are running and they are effective. Make sure that that you're having people coming, or you ensure that you have an effective advertising strategy. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of money running Facebook ads without the results that you're looking for. Understand your goals. Make sure that you're running ads effectively. If they are not working, look at the reasons why this could be happening. Why are you not getting the results that you're looking for? Is it that probably your offer is not the right one? Are there competitors that have better offers than yours? All those are things that you can look at to ensure that you're doing the right thing. So I think that is it. That's the end of today's presentation, short presentation. If you might have a question, you can ask on the comment section. I would be happy to answer. But that would be it. If you are running Facebook ads and they are not working, sometimes they fail to work because of the product, because of the profit margin, that you have. So understand once you acquire a customer, how much can you sell to them? What are other products that you can sell to them? So sometimes when you're running Facebook advertising, you also want to rethink your offering. You want to rethink your business, so that you can make more from the same customer. So understand your numbers, understand your average customer value or your average cart value. So by the time the customer is leaving you for that first time you acquire them, how much have they spent with you? And are you making money on that? If you're making a loss on that, then what can you sell them in the back end that is going to help you make money? Because that's how you make money. Most people go with a product upfront where the margin is very low, and they end up not making any money, basically because the profit margin is low, and probably they are selling one or two products after a certain period of time. But when you have a system that sells them some more products on the back end, you'll be able to make money. So most businesses that you see running ads online and you wonder how they are making money, that's how they are making money. They are making money on the back end. They know that I can sell this product at a loss when I'm running ads, but in the back end, those people who I acquire with that product, I'm able to upsell them other services. So make sure that you understand those mathematics for your business. Also understand the lifetime customer value. Lifetime customer value is important because once if let's say you're a school and you acquire a customer, and for the first probably for you to acquire that customer, you are spending like $50, right? $50 or even $70, $100. That could be probably their school fees for the month, for the first month, or for the second, or for 2 months, But understanding that they might stay with you for 6 months or even a year or two, spending money with you, then you look at that cost, that cost and the lifetime value of that customer, and you consider that that could be worth it. It might not be at the start, when you're acquiring that customer and the much they're spending in the first month, that could be a loss. But looking at it for the lifetime of value of that customer, 2 years spending the same amount, you realize that I just need to lose 2 months, and then the rest of the months I'm going to be making money. So understand those things, and I think that is what is going to help so many businesses grow. If you are a business that has one product, two products, or is an e-commerce, selling fast-moving products, and you want to go online, what you want to do is to think about the other things that you can do for that customer in the back end. Come up with other services that you can offer. Come up with other products that you can offer that customer, because if you can't do that, if you can't offer them other products and other valuable product, especially in terms of profit to you, it's going to be very, very difficult for that campaign to be successful. I've seen people going online, with very small margins, and they can't keep it up because you'll be spending a lot of money. And then once that customer buys from you, they take a year, they take 6 months to buy from you again, and it won't be worth it. So, yeah, those are the different things that you want to consider when you're doing it. Thank you very much, guys, for showing up. I really appreciate that. And see you next Monday. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you're commenting and sharing on these lives. Thank you very much, and see you next week, Monday.